I'm guessing you're here because you want to learn about an economics degree. And from the outset, taking one seems like a good choice. It doesn't feature on the list of degrees with the highest dropout rate, nor on the list of college majors with the highest unemployment rate after graduation, yet it is 30th on the list of college majors with the highest starting salary and potential future salary. Given these rankings and the amount of effort required, it does seem like a good idea to take an economics degree. So let's take a deeper look at what it's truly like to study for an economics degree. Alright, so ladies and gents, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing my experience of my degree and basically telling you all of the things that I wish I'd known about studying economics and all of the things that happened to me that I didn't expect to happen because of studying economics. So really, you're in for a treat. You're in for a treat, oh! I'm a fresh economics graduate. I studied at the University of York. I did a placement year in Sydney in my second year. Now, if you do want to see the struggles, the good times, the bad times, the hard times, you can just watch all of my previous university vlogs. There are some good times as well as the hard times, but more often than not, when I look back on my degree experience, I feel like I was always like, oh, my dissertation, I hate doing this, so hard, my supervisor, guru. But like, there was an equal amount of good experiences as bad, let me just say that, to be fair. But you know, bad news does kind of sell. Economics has changed my life, and I am just surprised by it. I'm very surprised that it has, because I never thought it would. Remember to like and subscribe if you want to see my journey through young adulthood, and I'm doing a master's, yep, doing that as well. Today, in the sweltering heat of the UK, in a loft room, I'm going to be giving you my overall unbiased view of what studying an economics degree is like, what to expect, all of that sort of stuff. Now, every university is different and the content I studied is all on my channel, so if you want to see that in depth, go take a look. But the main things I want to cover in this video is how economics and studying economics at university really changed me as a person, but I never thought it would do that before I studied it. And so after that, we're going to look at a Q&A because I asked you guys on Instagram to send me some questions that you guys had about my degree. I went to university to study economics to learn about the UK economy, the world economy, world trade, and it's safe to say by the end of my degree I definitely did know about all of the things I went wanting to learn about. And when I switch on the news and they're talking about quantitative easing, I do understand what they're doing and why they're doing it. Or even when I pick up a menu in a restaurant, I'm like, oh, so they've priced it like this. That must be how consumers react optimally. Like, something goes on in my brain where I don't just look at the prices and think, oh. I go like, oh. And I bet everybody's always wondered why Domino's, Pizza Hut, Pizza Go-Go are always clumped together. All of these fast food chains are clumped in one block together. And I bet you've said, or someone in your family has said, or wondered, why are all these fast food chains competing with each other placed right next to each other? And in my degree, studying economics, I learned why they're all placed together. And what I'm saying is that studying economics at university has obviously given me so much knowledge and specific knowledge, but it's also given me a lot of general knowledge that I'll use in everyday life. And so the other day, my mum bought me a t-shirt, it was £16, and I looked at it and I thought, right, it's a decent t-shirt, I'll probably wear it about 4 times. And then because of my economics degree, my brain went, alright, you're gonna wear it about 4 times, it's £16, that's 4 times each time you wear it, and do you wanna pay £4 every time you wear it? And the answer was no. So I decided to send the shirt back to Next. Whereas previously I would have been like, yeah, you know what, thanks mum, keep the shirt. So really studying economics has changed the way I think about things in everyday life. And in hindsight, having a degree that I use every day is very valuable. Because, all of the specific and hard stuff that I learned, it's only been about 2 months and I've already forgot it all. But, it still wasn't a waste of money because I've got, the everyday stuff that I use, yeah. Yeah, oh God. Now, in terms of learning and the content, I feel like economics is the right balance purely because there's enough time to sit back, relax, chill, hang out, and there's also enough contact hours that you feel like you're getting decent value for money, you're not always sitting around doing nothing, you have lectures and seminars to attend, and there's always work to be doing. So it's the right balance between working hard and feeling productive and being able to go out when your friends are going out. Probably just look wet, don't I? So on average, I had about 13 hours of contact time per week, and some of that was lectures, some was seminars, which are smaller classes where you go and do like tutorials and answer questions. And if anything, I think I would have liked 1 or 2 more seminars because sometimes the problems you get for seminars, you can spend a whole class on one problem. I think it's very easy to coast to, let's say, a 2-2, but truly if you wanted to get like a 2-1 or a first, you really have to work hard unless, you have open book exams, then probably not, but Difficulty is difficult, you feel smart, what you learn is very challenging, but it's not challenging to the point where you're like, I just can't do it. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. In all of my previous videos, I've talked about what you can expect to learn while studying economics, and I've shown you loads of content that I've been working on and doing. So if you are interested in that, please do go browse my channel, see all this content that I've previously made. But a rough overview of stuff I learned would be like indifference curves, game theory, arrow securities, financial markets, world trade, policy, global markets, historical crashes, financial crashes, all of that sort of thing. And that's just a rough overview of some of the content I've learnt about. Now, maths and economics, the one question that I get DM'd an incredible amount about is, do I need A-level maths to study economics at university? And the simple answer is no. The more complex answer is that as time progressed in my BSc Economics and Finance degree, the more I had to use maths and the more my brain was like, oh goodness, this is a bit worrying. I haven't done this in years. The only maths you need to know in my experience is differentiation. But by third year, I was using product rule, chain rule, all of the quotient rule, all of that stuff that I learned in A-level maths 3 years ago. Now, I forgot it all and couldn't do any of it. But luckily, when my exams turned open book, I meant I could just, didn't need to remember it. But I'd say that the maths especially came in handy in third year. It was definitely useful in years 1 and 2, but not to the point where I was like, oh my goodness, if I didn't have A-level maths, I'd be screwed. So in essence, if you're willing to practice and relearn A-level maths and maths in general, you should be fine. But if it's recommended, do it. Try to do it. I mean, maths is a great A-level to have anyway. The people studying economics. Now, obviously, I've been to 2 universities and I found very much the same pattern. I'm sure it's the same in any degree, but the people were really nice, obviously. And there was definitely like a balance between girls and boys, although there was slightly more boys than girls. But if you was a girl wanting to do economics, and there's the stereotype that, oh, it's like a boy subject. No, that's not true. Like, loads of girls on economics. And overall, when I look at what I almost changed to, and that was computer science, I'm so glad I stuck with economics, not because of the opportunities I had in terms of studying abroad, but purely because I know how maths heavy computer science is and how much I would have struggled with that. Whereas economics was a struggle, but it was a doable struggle, which I think when you're not super passionate about the subject and you're going for the experience to university is a great mid-balance. And if I was to sit down and look at each of the 26 modules I took over the years or something like that, I definitely would be able to recall about 5 things. My brain capacity definitely increased, and I found that when it comes to political stuff or something like that, studying said degree has made me a lot more, on the ball, explain better, shut down points. That wouldn't happen, And so yeah, without moving into the content too much, I think there's my overall opinion on studying economics. And if you're thinking of studying it or you just wanted to know about it, I hope you learned something, and I would definitely recommend it. Obviously I studied economics and finance, but the finance modules, economics people could have took them anyway. Like, Atish T asks, easiest and hardest modules. Now, my hardest module would definitely be the economics of financial markets that I took in year 2 in Sydney. It was a 3rd year class, and essentially it was basically using arrow securities to price financial assets. But it was just a bit. Shout out I had some good friends in there. They helped me through it. The easiest modules in economics are definitely the historical modules, because as long as you revise them and look at the things you need to learn about, it's just a regurgitation of information and facts with obviously your own opinion and other explanations. But I found that personally a lot easier. I always seem to do well in them. The Andrew phenomenon. Is there a supply of D's? What is the demand for nuts? Wow. I was reading it, I was like, D's? Demand for nut. Demand is very low. I'll be honest, demand is low. Lucas Glazarki, 27. Apart from economics, what 3 other degrees would you have chosen to take? Computer science, petroleum engineering, and acting. Leno Scott and Yassine, do I need A-level maths? I already spoke about that. Adam Ramsey, how much harder is economics at uni than A-level? Yeah, but a lot harder. A lot harder. I know at some universities first year is very much similar to A-level economics, but for York it was not. It was so much harder. Doable, and studying economics at A-level helped a lot, but it's definitely a lot harder. Ben Hawksworth asks the same question. Yassine, does it have as much maths? Yeah, it kind of does. It's mainly differentiation, I'd say. And Freddie Salmon, is doing a pure economics degree too generic in this financial climate? That's an interesting question. Me personally, I always feel like adding on like economics and finance, economics and accounting, it just gives that like twang. it's just a bit of added like sauce. I don't know what it is, but I feel like it just adds something. And if I was choosing between me personally hiring somebody with an economics degree or somebody with an economics and finance degree, and everything was the same except the degree, I would choose the person who had economics and finance. So I personally prefer a dual degree type thing. In this financial climate, I mean, who knows, they really just currency screwed. I don't even know. Paper currency, goodbye. There should really be a degree on how you can mine Bitcoin. That would be perfect for this financial climate. But yeah, bro, it's a good question. It is a good question. The more skills you have, the better. Well, thank you very much for watching today's video. I hope you did enjoy and learn about an economics degree. I've reviewed first year and second year throughout my channel. My third year is all documented on here. And third year, like, it was a struggle. But I'm very skeptical of giving a review on third year because obviously I missed out on a large part of the grind for studying because of COVID, and I missed out on a large part of truly having real exams. So I'm a bit like, I could do it, but I didn't get the full year experience, so then how can I fully review? But if you guys want that, I could do that. Just let me know in the comments. And if you study economics, would you agree with the stuff that I've said? Have I missed anything out? Let me know in the comments down below. But microeconomics, the biggest scam ever, so hard. Macroeconomics, not too bad, not too bad. Oh yeah, I've got my books here actually. These from Sydney. Oh yeah, they're from Sydney, oh the good days. Oh, such good memories. But yeah, like this was definitely the hardest module I ever took. Risk averse agents. I was learning new symbols every day in this lecture. Like it was the most 3-hour lecture once a week in Sydney. It was the craziest thing. And like right now, if you asked me to do any of this, I could not do it. I definitely thought that some of the stuff at the third year classes in Sydney, some were easier, some were harder. But please do subscribe, leave a like, and I'll catch you again soon.
All up in my head, that's how I behave. Passing up the same, waking up the same. All up in my head, that's just how I behave.